Welcome to The Wall. In today's video, we'll see how a woman divorces her husband, with whom she has 4 children, to enter the dating market as a single mother. We'll also hear a woman's opinion on why women lose their husbands, as well as a woman saying that if her husband dies, she would never marry anyone else. Before we begin, we want to thank you for being here. Your support means a lot to us. If you like what you see, we invite you to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. We'd also love to hear about your experiences in the comments. Your participation helps us grow and reach more people. Thank you for being part of our project. Let's get started.
5 ways women lose a good man and how you can avoid it. Let's get into it, ladies. Number 1, taking them for granted. A man been so good to you for so long, you no longer see the value in him and what he does for you. Number 2, not communicating well or effectively, like expecting a man to read your mind and getting mad when he can't. Number 3, being dismissive about how your behavior makes him feel, or becoming overly defensive when you're being held accountable for your action. Rumor has it that women struggle with accountability. Number 4, being self-consumed and unwilling to compromise. Being so hyper-focused on your laundry list of needs, desires, wants, that you neglect his needs in the process. Remember, a relationship is not just about you or one person getting their needs met. And number 5, allowing your unaddressed trauma, your insecurity, make it hard for that man to enjoy his life and pursue his purpose in peace. Becoming insufferable.
I completely agree. Nowadays, women don't appreciate the men they have by their side because they're constantly told they deserve everything just for being women. That's why everything a man does is underappreciated. But everything a woman does for you has to be praised, so she won't get angry. Another thing is when she's upset, she asks what's wrong with you and says she's fine, as if one were a mind reader or had to guess what's bothering her, because it's so difficult for her to clearly express what she wants. The other problem is making a woman take responsibility for her actions, something that's kryptonite for women because, as I said, they feel entitled just for being women. Nowadays, if a woman does something nice for her man, it's considered being oppressed by the patriarchy because relationships always have to revolve around making the woman happy all the time. It's even worse when this woman has been through the hands of a Chad, a man who brings nothing to the table except his seed. This woman comes with all the trauma from her unresolved past and tries to take it out on you, especially by making you feel like nothing you do is enough to make her happy. Just look at the following very interesting divorce case.
Well, on today's episode of I Regret My Divorce, I think the biggest takeaway is the grass is definitely not always greener on the other side. But let's take a look.
We signed our final divorce papers last week, and I just got notified today that the lawyer sent the papers to the court today to be signed by the judge. Everybody keeps thinking that I'm handling this divorce so well, and I'm not. I'm not okay. Next week would have been our 9-year anniversary. And I don't know what I'm supposed to do with myself. I didn't want this. I never wanted this. And it hurts and it sucks and okay. I know that I'm gonna be okay. But right now it really sucks. And I feel like I can't breathe.
So this was my first Christmas as a divorced single mom. You want to know how it went? It is currently 8 a.m. on December 26th, and I just woke up an hour ago after sleeping for the last 20 hours. Because this year was Josh's year to have the kids. So I worked from 10 p.m. till 10:30 a.m. Christmas Eve into Christmas morning, and I came home and then I went to sleep and I didn't wake up until an hour ago because I had nowhere to be and no one to be with. For the last 11 years of my life, my Christmases have been spent with my in-laws because that was the family that I had, and I don't have that anymore. I have one half sister who I talk to occasionally who is in a completely different state, so couldn't spend Christmas with her. Other than that, I don't have family. And all of my friends were spending Christmas with their families, so I slept. I wish more single parents who had to share their children for the holidays would talk about how much this sucks. And I know it sucks to be the downer of the holiday season, but also because nobody talks about it, I feel like I'm alone in feeling like this, and
Remember, brothers, she doesn't miss you because she loves you. She misses the life you offered her because, as I always say, a man is the only one who marries for love, while a woman marries for a lifestyle. A woman never appreciates what she has. She only does when she realizes her life wasn't so bad, that she was the problem. Many won't admit it because, as you know, taking responsibility is kryptonite for women. She'll blame her husband for everything that's wrong in the relationship. But when she has to start working, when she has to start doing everything for herself without her husband covering for her, she begins to long for what they lost. But that doesn't happen all at once. First, she wants to enter the dating market without understanding how it works after divorce, especially as a single mother, because a woman over 35 doesn't understand many men past that age don't want commitment, let alone taking care of another man's child. Of course, they'll want to have fun with her, but as they know, she has to hit the wall to understand that the grass isn't always greener. Check out the next video.
really suck. I'm on a mission to date through the alphabet, and
I can see clearly when you're on myself.
this week was K-Week, and well, he's 20 minutes late. I know that he's getting my text messages because I'm getting the red receipts. I hope he's okay. I don't know, how long do I wait? It's been 30 minutes. I tried to call him. I tried to text him. I haven't gotten an answer. So I don't really know what to do. I don't know. Oh.
Hello?
Hey,
Hey,
what are you guys doing?
we're at the playground right now. Why, what's up?
So I got stood up,
Jeez.
and he kind of said something that really kind of just fucked me up. And I really just kind of want my kids. If maybe you would bring the kids to come and I can just do it with them instead.
Let me call Mom and let her know what's going on, because, I think they'd enjoy kayaking, but I also need to ask them or let them know, so.
Okay, just let me know.
Alrighty.
Alright, thanks.
I'll let you know what's going on.
Alright, thank you.
Yep.
Alright, bye.
Bye. Okay.
One of the hardest things I've had to learn over the last couple months that I've been doing the alphabet dating is that dating as a single mom of 4 in my 30s sucks. I started this as a way to build a list of things that I want and don't want in a future partner, and I have had a blast as I've been going through all of these dates. And I've learned a lot. One of those things is that I want somebody who is going to be able to accept the fact that my children are the biggest part of my life. So far, only one person had shown any interest in my children, and he even ended things by saying that he can't see himself with somebody with 4 kids. And that sentiment has been echoed throughout these dates. They all tell me that I am really great, they have a lot of fun with me, that they want to keep seeing me, but that they couldn't really see anything serious with me. And I think that that is kind of getting to me, because my kids are freaking amazing, and I don't understand why you wouldn't want to spend time with them.
And here we see again how the wall doesn't forgive. The modern woman is faithful to her emotions above all else. A woman in her 30s with 4 children who had a husband, instead of saving her marriage, fighting to keep it healthy and together for the sake of their children. She ends up ruining everything for everyone just because she believes she deserves to be happy. Because, as she says, she knows what she wants in a future partner. Now everyone will be miserable because of her. Look at how the father of the children was enjoying himself with his kids. She decided to get upset, trying to annoy her ex-partner in front of their children, just to get even. Can you imagine how it would have been if this man had a new woman? Surely she would have caused a scene because that's how selfish they are. Just seeing that she went out with both men and women, in short, she experienced everything, only to end up back at the wall. This is what I'm saying. You can't make this stuff up. For children, a woman without family, deciding to end her marriage just to go try with other men because she considers her husband isn't enough. That's why I love karma. Every day it lets women know that the grass isn't greener, that the wall doesn't forgive.
Question for the women out there who are married to men. Women who have amazing marriages with their husbands. Husbands that treat them like the queens that they are. They love their husbands. They're best friends with their husbands. They have a super healthy dynamic, a wonderful friendship. Would you, if something happened to your husband, get remarried to another man? I have a wonderful husband. He is amazing. I am not bullshitting. I'm not kidding. I love him. He is my best friend. He treats me very well. He is wonderful. But if something happened to him, I would not get remarried to a man. Like, maybe to a woman. I don't know. I'm not gay, but I think I got lucky. I think I got extremely lucky because the stories that I hear online, in my friend groups, I got lucky. There are way too many shitty men out there, and you just don't know. I don't want to take my chances again because I think I lucked out the first time. So I'm curious if other women who are in great marriages with men feel the same way that I do.
My response to this is that once a person has passed away, they have no opinion on anything that's happening. Because if you, as a good wife, your husband passes away, you're still young, you have every right to rebuild your life with someone else. You didn't cheat, you weren't a bad spouse, and you fulfilled your duties while you were married to the person you loved. Now, you don't have to go into monk mode for this. I know many women say he would want you to remarry, but there are men who never recover from losing their wives. They're left like that. It's said that men die faster after 60 when their wives die. We just have to see that there are more women reaching ages over 80 than men. A man who loves his wife stays happy. This makes his life perhaps more meaningful because all men like to have a purpose. But brothers, let me know in the comments if you think it's okay for your wife to remarry after you die. Let's see a feminist opinion on this in the next video.
Would you, if something happened to your husband, get remarried?
The way I ran to the comment section in this video. So the question is, women who are best friends with their husbands are good men, they enjoy being married, they're happily married, would you remarry after your husband died? And I kid you not, there are literally 10,000 comments of women who are saying, I'm happily married and no, I would not get remarried. And there's this big collective response of, I would enter my Golden Girls era, I would live with my best friends or my sister or my family. And this is actually one of the reasons why patriarchy exists. It was so that men would have a role and the care and attention of women, especially later in their lives. And if you were raised in a patriarchal religion like me, you know this to be true. The old men in my church had these really big callings. Our highest leaders are really old men who are worshipped and have meaning and purpose until the day they die. They get to speak last and drone on about whatever they want, and they get to always be supported by the women in their life. Whereas the women, when they die, their funerals are like, she was amazing, she was a good wife and mother, and then 6 months later he remarries. And something that's really interesting that I've been thinking about is that when we look at archetypal stories of the heroine's journey, if we look at these ancient stories, we don't see men healing themselves. We see women in the heroine's journey healing themselves, healing the wounded feminine, healing the wounded masculine in themselves, and then in turn healing the wounded masculine around them. And so what does it mean that in our archetypal stories, it is the men who protect the goddess and provide safety and security and space for the goddess to thrive, and then the goddess in turn heals him? And that is the pattern in our stories. It's never the guy heals himself and then the goddess emerges. It's always the other way around.
This is the problem nowadays with these women who belong to the pink hair movement. They always see everything as a competition with men, that the patriarchy glorifies women only as good mothers when the man dies. I haven't seen a single healthy marriage where one of the members dies and they're not remembered for something. Because women don't want to understand that the greatest gift in a man's life that a woman can give are his children, raising them. That man will always remember her as a good mother. Of course, since the man can't have the children, he's remembered for his contributions. As for the idea that a man remarries within 6 months, it's very relative. Depending on the age, a man doesn't reach 60 and has the right to move on with his life, just like a woman does. But since these women always see life from a perspective where everything that happens affects them, they'll always look for a problem where there isn't one. Because what's more important than people who don't give a damn about you saying on the day you die that you were a good donor, or that you were in church, or donated money, or being remembered as the mother of a wonderful family with marvelous children, the best grandmother, the best wife, the love of a man's life, at some point the center of the family and the lives of a group of people who always saw you as the best they could have, or being remembered by a stranger who doesn't care about you at all. That's why women never appreciate how important it is to have a family, ending up alone, at the wall, because the wall doesn't forgive. We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, the questions are for you. What do you think of this mother of 4 children who breaks her marriage? What do you think about your wife remarrying if you were to die before her? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your support means the world to us and motivates us to create more content. Stay tuned for the next exciting video from The Wall.